This is Robin, and for today we're gonna answer a sample assignment problem. As part of the upcoming school sports fest, your class needs to set up a food stall that would cater visitors and other students. As part of the logistics committee of your class, you are assigned with assessing different services that would provide your class the necessary equipment for the stall. Suppose there are 4 equipment rental services that can be assigned in sufficing 4 needed equipment for the stall. How should your team assign the services to the equipment that will minimize the total cost? The cost, the cost of assigning each rental services to each equipment is given in the table below. So, based from the problem, we would have to minimize the total cost by making the optimal assignment of each rental services to the equipment. In order to do this, we would follow the steps of the Hungarian method. In the Hungarian method, first step is we would need to subtract the smallest number in each row of the original cost table or matrix from every row in that number. So basically, we would subtract the smallest number for each row. So doing this, we have for row number 1, we have the smallest number, which is 8. So we subtract this to every number. So 10 minus 8 is 2. 8 minus 8 is 0. 12 minus 8 is 4. 9 minus 8 is 1. So we do this for every row. For row number 2, smallest one is 6. So we have 5, 3, 0, and 4. For row number 3, we have 5. So 0, 2, 4, and 3. And for the last row, row number 4, we have 6. So this is 2, 0, 1, and 0. So after this, we subtract the smallest number in each column of the table obtained from the first step from every number in that column. So simply, we will have to subtract the smallest number for each column with our new table. So we can see that for the first column, we have 0 as the smallest number. So this means that there won't be any changes. As for the preceding columns, we can see that all of the smallest numbers are basically 0. So for this time around, we won't have any changes when it comes to step 2. So we'll proceed to the next step. So this will be our table for now, as of now. So for the next step, after subtracting the smallest from each row and column, we test our new table if this is good for an optimal assignment. So we do this by identifying the columns or rows with the most zeros, then crossing it out with a line. Now, if the number of lines are equal to the number of rows or columns, then it's already good for an optimal assignment. So basically, we would have to cancel out the columns or rows with the most zeros. So we can see here that let's just rewrite this so we won't have to be confused later on with when we cancel 0, 4, 0, 2, 4, and 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. So we can see here in our table that column number 2 has the most zeros. So there are 2 zeros. So we would need to cancel that column. Now, after this, we look on with the remaining zeros per column or per row. So we see that row number 2 has a 0, so we cancel that out. Row number 3 has also a 0, so we cancel that. And lastly, row number 4 also has a 0, so we cancel that. Now, we can see that the lines are equal to the number of rows and columns. Therefore, we are ready to give the assignments. We can see that there are 4 lines, and the number of lines and columns are also 4, so they are equal. So after this, we would let's just copy and paste so it will have to be there. We go. So after this one, we are ready now to give the assignment. So in order for us to do this, we identify the 0 that is unique for each row or column. So when we say unique, it should be the only number or the only 0 that's in that column or row. So we can see here that for row number 1, we only have 1 0. So we can already assign row number 1 for that 0, which is located on column number 2. So we check this out. After checking that out, we cancel all the values that are in row number 1 and column number 2 for us to not be confused when identifying unique zeros. So after that one, we can see that row number 2 and column number 3 has a unique 0. So we gave their assignment to that one. We cancel that. Next one is we have row number 3 and column number 1 with a unique 0. So we assign that one to there. Then cancel it. Then last one, we have row number 4 and column number 4 with a unique 0. So we give their assignment there. Then cancel this. So after identifying all the unique zeros, we are now ready to identify we are now ready to identify the assignments for each services to the equipment. We can also compute the minimum total cost. So going back to our original cost table, we can see that for rental service number 1, would provide the equipment for chairs. Next, for rental service number 2, it would provide the tent. The next one is for rental service number 3. They would provide the tables. And lastly, for rental service number 4, they would be the ones who would provide the speaker. After identifying the assignments, we can now compute the minimum total cost. So for the tables, for the tables, we have $5. So 5 plus for the tent. Let's just highlight this so you guys won't be confused. 5. So for the tent, we have, for service number 2, we have 6. For the chairs, I skipped chairs initially. So for chairs, we have 8. For the speaker, we have 6. So listing down the values, we have 5 plus 8 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to, so 5 plus 8 is 13, 13 plus 6 is 19, and 19 plus 6 is equals to 25. So our total minimum total cost for each rental services to the equipment is $25. So that's it for this assignment problem in minimizing the total cost. Thank you for listening.